Here are the top 5 so-called contradictions in the Bible. Number 1, creation in Genesis 1 versus Genesis 2. Genesis 1:25-27 says, "And God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, and God said, let us make man in our image." Genesis 2:18-19 says, "And the Lord God said, it is not good that a man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. Out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field." These two accounts are often viewed as contradictory because Genesis 1 seems to suggest that animals were created before man, while Genesis 2 seems to indicate the reverse. However, Genesis 1 is a chronological overview of creation, whereas Genesis 2 provides a more detailed explanation, focusing specifically on the creation of human beings. Number 2, God's temptation of Abraham. Genesis 22:1 says, "Now it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham." James 1:13 says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone." The word test in Genesis 22:1 is nissa in the Hebrew, and it refers to a trial or proving of faith, while James speaks of temptation to sin. God does not tempt anyone to do evil, as James says, but he does test people to strengthen and reveal their faith, as in Abraham's case. Number 3, faith versus works for salvation. Ephesians 2:8-9 says, "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast." James 2:24 says, "You see then that a man is justified by works and not by faith only." Ephesians teaches that salvation is a gift from God through faith and not something earned by works. James emphasizes that genuine faith produces works. They're complementary. Faith alone saves, but saving faith is never alone. It's demonstrated by works. Number 4, the death of Judas. Matthew 27:5 says, "Then he threw down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself." Acts 1:18 says, "Now this man purchased a field with wages of iniquity, and falling headlong, he burst open in the middle, and all his entrails gushed out." These are complementary accounts. Matthew focuses on Judas's suicide, while Acts details about the aftermath. It's possible Judas hanged himself, and in time his decomposed body fell. The two descriptions reflect different aspects of the same event and are not a contradiction. And number 5,